Here, so the wave doesn't come up. You know, like you see a beach wave going like this, very steep. Right? It doesn't come up here like that, but up there you'll see it come up there, very steep. It's because of the reef, the shallow reef in front of it. So don't think because you're up high that you're safe. All right, high does not mean safe. Righto.
So look for deep sea.
Look for deeper water, or if you're going to stand in front of a reef, in front of a shallow spot, make sure that the seas are calm, okay? A lot calmer. Today the wind from the west was changing now. But if you look on the weather map, look, the circle on the low, the circle on the high, there's not many circles, okay? There isn't 6 sets of circles. There's only maybe 1 or 2 sets of circles. Has anyone seen the weather map today? No? You'll probably notice that it's pretty calm conditions because the low pressure and the high pressure has got many circles on it. When you see the barometric, you understand barometric?
Yeah.
When the barometric go from 1,024, 1,022, 1,026 down to 1,008, 1,006, 1,004 very quickly, it's probably going to bring the swell up quite fast. And these guys here can clarify that as well.
Exactly
okay.
Right. Yep.
As a surf lifesaver, and I believe he's a confident surfer as well.
Yep.
He's looking for those barometric drops.
What we're looking for is low pressure systems just off the coast. So anytime you look at a synoptic chart, and you can look at it in any paper, a low pressure system, any L off the coast of New South Wales, usually means there's big swell. And the further away it is, and the more circles there are around it, like we were just saying, the bigger the swell will be. If you ever see an L off the coast, back it up. Don't bother going down.
That's right.
Don't bother leaving home. If you really want to check more, there's some really good surfing websites, surf forecasting websites like Coastal Watch. And they're a lot more detailed than the BOM. You can have a look at them and they'll be able to show you pictures of the surf. There'll probably be photos of surfers on the waves, but if the surfer's on the wave and the wave's this big, it's still going to be that big around here, and it's going to be very dangerous. So they're the things that we want you to look for. That's what, when we're saying check before you go, we're not just saying check before you go, have a look outside, see if the weather's clear. That doesn't always mean that there's not big surf. So always have a look. Don't bother going if there's any bad conditions that you can see.
So what's the website again?
There's a couple of websites. So even if you look up, if you Google surf forecasting Sydney, it'll show up probably 10 or 20. But Coastal Watch.
Coastal Watch.
Coastal Watch is a very good one.
Okay, thank you.
And have you all been to ACFishing.com.au, the website? Yeah. Check that one out because we're trying to put in a forecasting system into that. So we're going to try to link all the websites that we use as surfers and the information that you need, because it's all the same information. It's just slightly separate. When you look for rock fishing forecasts, you're not looking for a person on a surfboard, but it's the same information.
So the better for surfers, the more dangerous for anglers.
Exactly right. If the surfers are excited, you should be staying away.
So we avoid you guys.
Yeah, exactly. If we're there, you're not. If we're not there, then it's perfect for you guys.
And just remember, sometimes and I'm sure you're aware of this as well, what the swell size is in these bays can be half the size of what it is on that easterly headland there, because there's nothing to break down the swell size. The swell size maintains oceanic, large, big, fat ground swells, okay? So the swells are often bigger at places like North Head, Bluefish Point, those places that go out east a long way, okay? These bays are sometimes the swell is a lot smaller, okay? So just be aware of that as well. So what they say, the swell being 1 metre, sometimes on the beaches, it can be 1.5 metres at Bluefish, okay? So just be aware of that, okay? Places like Maroubra, you know Maroubra Headland, South Maroubra? Because it goes out so far, there's nothing blocking the swell, breaking it down, making it smaller, so the swell can be a lot bigger, okay?
there are certain places that are definitely more exposed to swell.
There
like
is,
you
isn't
say,
there?
yeah, and there's some that I can tell even over the last few weeks I've learned an awful lot about rock fishing and where rock fishermen like to fish. Places like North Bondi, I can tell you if there's any swell whatsoever, it's going to be hitting North Bondi because it's very open to a lot of different swells. We get swells that come from that direction, we get swells that come from that direction. And obviously if it's coming from that direction and you are around the corner, you just imagine that swells are like bullets. They're going to come towards you, and if you hide from them, then it's okay. But some of the ones that are really open, like North Head, like North Bondi, it's very tough to fish. We'd much prefer you going even the inside of North Head, where it's protected, the inside of South Head, inside the harbour, Barrenjoey Headland, another one, all those big openings around La Perouse, around Bear Island. You can usually find a more lower swell area around there. And it's part of my job is every time I have to look at the swell conditions every day, and if we think that it's going to be quite dangerous, we put out a warning. So have you all heard during the news, sometimes you might say Surf Life Saving Australia put out a warning for dangerous swell conditions, surfing conditions. We've also added to the end of that dangerous surfing, swimming and rock fishing conditions. So you might start hearing that a little bit more now, and that's because I'm telling a lot of people that you need to include it because obviously, and it's worthwhile pointing out all of the drownings that we've had this year have occurred while one of my warnings have been out. So it's worth checking. If you get the warnings and you take heed, you shouldn't have too many problems. So yes, that's a message from me. Every time you hear that warning, it's me there going, hey, don't go fishing.
Okay everyone, we've been informed to walk back now. Okay.
要着来电先生给个甜蜜的你，穿着有个性，他只是刚刚入门。接下来你还要会弹琴，会写歌，会双截棍，头脑清楚，不能迷糊。我要将你彻底改造，基因种出大变山。我决定插手你的人生，当你的时尚不完，别说你不能。让我们乘着阳光，海上冲浪，吸引的目光。不要怕露出胸膛，留一点汗，你成了仙男。让我们乘着阳光，看着远方，别当路人甲，让美丽缺氧靠在你肩膀，我微笑在你旁边衬衫。让我们乘阳光，海上冲浪，吸引的目光，不要怕露出胸膛，留